Welcome to our virtual induction day for Year 12. I'm really sorry that we can't all get together today in person, but I hope this short video will be really useful. I'm Elizabeth Gilpin, I'm the head teacher at the school, and I'm going to be introducing you to some of the team who actually run the Sixth Form Centre. We've got Mr. Wheeler, who's in charge of the Sixth Form Centre, and then Mrs. Rigby, who'll be your head of year, and we'll also introduce you to some other key people and some of the students.
Hello and good morning to our prospective new Year 12. Thank you to Mrs. Gilpin for the welcome and introduction. This is a slightly strange experience for me too, in that I'm not in school at the moment. My family have been shielding for the last number of months as well, so I've been stuck at home too, and I'm probably as desperate to get back to normality as you are. So I've had to try and find the most neutral place I can in my home, which is in front of bookcases, I think, and also find a tie for the first time in an awful long time, so I can look sort of vaguely reputable. And the one thing I've realised is now that none of my shirts fit because I've been probably eating too much during the lockdown. So that's the task for September. Uh, but my role this morning is to walk you through the journey from this point through the summer and results and enrolment into the return in September and the curriculum aspects of this. Before I hand over to Miss Rigby, who's going to focus on the more pastoral and practical aspects of your hopefully coming to Redcliffe. And some of this is going to be a bit hypothetical because we still don't exactly know what September will be like. So we're going to sketch out some broad principles and we will be filling in the detail nearer the time. So the first thing I suppose that you ought to hopefully be thinking about at this moment is the transition tasks that we sent out a couple of months ago. And I hope you're doing okay with those and that you're enjoying them. Remember that within those tasks, there were some elements which were in a sense must do. Those bits of it you will hopefully be prepared to bring in September and share with your teacher where that's what they've asked of you. And they hopefully will be referred to and used in the early lessons of the year. There were other aspects of it that were really there just to stretch and enrich you, fill the time of lockdown and prepare you for that subject at A level and give you a sense of what it might be, just in case as you get deeper into it, you feel, is this really right for me? And that's absolutely fine if doing that work helps you to feel that you can make a more informed choice at this stage or when your results come out about changes of subject, then that's absolutely fine. So that's your objective. Try and get as much done as you can before lessons start in September. The next thing, I suppose, that is a hurdle for us all to get over will be the release of GCSE grades in late August. And that is as much a challenge for us as schools to negotiate something completely new as it is for you as students facing a huge amount of uncertainty when you receive grades for which you didn't get the chance to do exams. Again, I can't give you absolute promises about anything here. I know there's a lot of worry and anxiety around, and we completely understand why. I'll tell you what we would normally want to do. As long as we've got capacity on results day, and we're not absolutely full to the gunnels, then what we would want to be able to do is that if there was anybody who had missed the grades that they hoped they would get, or in particular the grades that they need to get to come to our sixth form, and that, remember, is the 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4. That's the threshold grades. If you fall short of that, what we would hope to do is to make contact with your school and to ask them what they expected of you. And if they stick by you and feel that you are the right kind of students for A levels and that the grades that they expect you to get would put you in within our acceptable range, then we would look to be flexible. So I'm sorry I can't be more categoric than that, but we've been doing this for many years, and we will always try and be generous and flexible where we can and where we have space to. The other thing just to remind you of is that specifically, if you missed the entry grades for maths or science A levels, that would be a 7 for maths or a 6 for the sciences, then we do provide an entry test that you can do that would involve you coming into school in the last week of the holidays, so after your GCSE results, in the Tuesday of that last week, and we will have staff here ready to run that test with you and to talk you through the outcomes of that. And if again you show us on that test that you've got what it takes to flourish at A level, then we will happily welcome you in. But what we're trying to do with these entry grades and with these entry tests is to ensure that A levels are right for you, because I can absolutely say they are not right for everybody. Okay, so that would be the next threshold, exams and grades. When the GCSE results come out, many of you, the vast majority, will look at the grades and hopefully breathe a sigh of relief, and at the very least feel, yep, that's fine, I have the grades to go where I want to go. At that point, there will be an enrolment link on our website that you need to complete that will tell us whether you still intend to come or have changed your mind. Please, please, everybody do that, even if you've changed your mind, because that will enable us to have that flexibility maybe with other students who are just desperate to come. All that link will ask of you is to enter your GCSE results, and if there are any possible changes of subject, simple subject changes that you would like to suggest as a result of those results, then you simply include that on the form and we will process it and we will acknowledge it back to you. If you are suddenly thinking that everything's got to change and that you need a conversation about that, then there'll be instructions about how you can set up a video consultation with us where we will go through your subjects with you. And the same will apply if you fall short of your grades. And again, you really want to have that conversation about whether we can accommodate you. We will provide you with a way of setting up a video consultation during that last week of term when we can do that. Beyond enrolment, we get to September. And what we know so far, because we've decided it as a school, is that the term which officially starts on Tuesday the 1st of September will for us begin with 2 in-service training days. So we will be getting our staff all geared up to welcome you on the Tuesday and the Wednesday of that week. Then on the Thursday and Friday, we will be inviting you in, probably in smaller subgroups so we don't have volumes in the building unnecessarily, to complete the enrolment process and confirm your subjects and check up some procedural details with us, to pick up an ID card from us, and then we will send you home again. So you will be in for a small part of either the Thursday or the Friday. You then almost certainly won't be in at all on the Monday and the Tuesday, when we're going to be bringing in our other year groups, our main school year groups and our year 13, to get them inducted into the safe ways of working that we're going to set up for the school in September, and to try and make good some of the loss of connection they may have felt with school through the period of lockdown. So things will restart for you on the Wednesday of that second week. So to repeat, you'll be in on either the Thursday or Friday of the first week of term, and then your lessons will start properly on the Wednesday of the second week of term. That means that if you've had some fluidity in your subject choices and suddenly you have a new transition task to do, you should have plenty of time to do it, because none of those core tasks are meant to take you very long. I want to just remind you what the core shape of our curriculum is for Year 12. We'd expect all of our students to do 4 subjects, and that's in order to fulfill the number of planned learning hours which the government requires of you as a fully funded full-time student, which is what you have to be to comply with the law. However, those 4 subjects can be 4 A-level subjects, and for many of our students, most of our students, that is what they are. And those 4 A-level subjects you can continue for as long as it takes you to decide which 3 of those are going to be the ones you focus on in year 13. It might take you the whole of year 12 to decide that. You may even want to take an AS level in your 4th subject. For a tiny number of students, normally those doing double maths, it might even be possible to carry 4 A-level subjects into year 13. But what is far more normal is that students begin 4 subjects and within the first term, sometimes even within the first couple of months, decide which 3 are for them, and then they drop their 4th A-level subject. However, when you drop your 4th A-level subject, you are actually going to replace it with one of our extension programs. The supplementary options that we offer include GCSE Maths if you need it, a Maths Studies AS level if it would help to support your other subjects, which if you're doing psychology or business or sciences may well be helpful, or the Extended Project or Global Perspectives qualifications, both of which are an AS level equivalent qualification, and both of which involve you doing some extended research into things which really interest you and writing extended essays in those areas. So that would be what you swap into when you drop your 4th subject, at whatever point of the year you drop it. If you only start 3 A-level subjects, then you'll start on one of those supplementary options. And unless you've told us that you specifically want it to be the Math Studies course, we will presume it's the Extended Project or Global Perspectives programme, which begins as a single programme, building the skills for either qualification, and then splits further down the line depending on your choice and preference. And then finally, that brings me to the question of subject changes. I've mentioned that you may want to suggest changes when you get your GCSE results, and that's absolutely fine. But here at Redcliffe, one of the things that we really value the most is making sure that you are on the qualifications that you can succeed the best in and you can most enjoy. This is 2 years of hard work, studying at a deep level, higher and more challenging than you have done before. If you're doing it in a subject you don't enjoy, that can be a bit soul-destroying. So we certainly would want you to be doing the things you want to do. And that means we will allow 2 or 3 weeks worth of flexibility at the start of the term for you to start a subject, see how it feels, and then if it isn't the right thing for you, to come and suggest a change. Changes are always dependent on there being room in the groups. And we're not going to know until September whether there is room in the groups or not, because at the moment we have waiting lists for a number of subjects. Most of those waiting lists in normal years clear and everybody gets what they want. But this is not a normal year. So at the moment we have to wait until September and then we'll know how things are. But if you've got a thought about changing something, the best thing you can do is to express that thought to us as early as possible, and then if necessary we put you on the list. Okay, that is it for me. I'm going to hand over now to Miss Rigby, who's going to be your head of year for the next 2 years. She is actually in the sixth form centre, and she's going to talk you around some of the practicalities of being there and our systems of care for you. And she's going to introduce you to some more people who will help you along the way, some of our support staff and some of our students. All right, it's lovely to see you again. All the best. Bye-bye.
Hello, welcome to the sixth form building. I'm Miss Rigby. I'm going to be your head of year. My responsibility is to ensure your safety and your well-being, but also to oversee your academic success and to be in communication with your subject teachers and your parents to make sure that you're having sort of the most out of this experience that you can. So as you can see, this is the reception where you will either enter or exit the building. We will have a one-way system in place in September in order to ensure social distancing is happening, but we will send out further guidance on that as soon as we can, so that you're ready for the September start. At the back of the building in the car park, we'll be installing hand washing facilities so that you can maintain good hygiene practices throughout the day. At reception, you will find Diane or Joe, who are receptionists. They will be here throughout the day to answer any questions or to deal with any concerns that you might have. One thing that they'll do at the very beginning of the year is help you organise lockers or bike shed keys. So if you plan to arrive by bike, you need to get a key from reception, and you also need to bring your own lock so that you can lock your bike up safely. Behind them, we'll have our attendance officer, whose job it is to monitor the attendance and to make sure that everyone is where they're supposed to be. Obviously, given the circumstances, if you are feeling unwell, please do not come into school. Please call the attendance line and let our attendance officer know that you are feeling unwell. They may want to ask for authorisation from a parent or guardian. Welcome to the Head of Year office. In here you will find me, Mr. Shaw, who is the Head of Year 13, Miss Isaac, who is our Progression Coordinator. You'll also find our new Pastoral Support Worker, who we've not appointed yet, and Josie, the Enrichment and Cover Work Supervisor, will be around here as well. On the document that we sent out with this video, you'll be able to see our support structure. You'll see we also have 2 learning mentors as well who offer academic and pastoral support. In order to make the most of that support, we ask that you complete the additional needs forms that were sent out a few weeks ago by Mr. Wheeler. If you could return those to me, that will allow me to make sure that the right support is in place ready for September.
I am Miss Isaac. I am the Progression Coordinator here at St Mary Redcliffe Sixth Form. So I work closely with Miss Rigby, your Head of Year, and also with Mr. Shaw, the Head of Year 13. So my role as Progression Coordinator is to support you with your journey throughout Year 12 and Year 13 to put plans in place for what you choose to do after Sixth Form. So many of you will be considering going to university. Some of you will be thinking about an apprenticeship. Lots of you will probably be thinking about taking a gap year to maybe go travelling, to gain some experience with volunteering, and some of you might be thinking that you want to start in a job or a trainee job and work your way up when you leave us in Year 13. So it feels like a long way away when you haven't even started Year 12 yet, but we will be putting the research, the plans in motion from your first week here with us in Year 12, so that you can gain the skills and experiences that will allow you to have a really, really strong application to your next step. So some examples of some things that I will support you with. In the first few weeks of Sixth Form, we have a great link with Bristol University, and they run a programme called Access to Bristol, which many of our students are successful in getting onto the programme each year. We will support students who have been doing Future Quest already at their schools to allow more support for transition to university. We will support you through getting key speakers in and assemblies, running university open day trips, and supporting with your work experience. And then as you transition to Year 13, one of the big support processes is your UCAS application, or applications to your apprenticeships, maybe art foundations, drama schools, whichever your next step might be. So I will be working closely with lots of you throughout the 2 years that you're in Sixth Form. I'm also a Sixth Form tutor, so we'll hopefully meet some of you as your tutor, and I also teach A-level biology. So those of you thinking of doing A-level biology as a subject, I will hopefully get to teach some of you as well. So I hope you all have a great summer, and I look forward to meeting you all in September.
Hi guys, welcome to Redcliffe Sixth Form. My name's Emma.
My name's Helen.
And we are your learning mentors. And so we're going to talk to you a little bit about what that means and how you might be able to access our support during your time with us. Helen.
So we work probably very similarly to what you will have experienced in the schools that you've all come from to join us. our job as a learning mentor, Emma will go into a couple of examples of how you might come and see us, but we're one of the support systems that supports your learning while you're in the sixth form. And there are many, many ways that you can come and find us and come and see us, meet with us. So you can talk to your tutor if you're having a bit of a hard time with something and say, I'd like to be referred, please, to one of the learning mentors. Also, you can self-refer. So that basically means you can just come and find us, find our email address, drop us a line, or just come and knock on our door and just say, hello, I'm struggling with whatever it is you're struggling with, and we would try and make an appointment then to see you as soon as we can. And I think Emma's going to then talk a little bit about some of the things that we talk to students about to give you some context.
Yeah, so we provide a confidential service for you guys, although that obviously has some parameters based on what you tell us. If there are safeguarding issues, we might not be able to keep everything confidential, but on the whole, we're able to talk to you about anything really that you're struggling with. So that might be academic, like revision, workload, organisation, any of those things, but it also might be more personal to you. So it might be mental health related, or your family, or friendships, relationships, anything like that. We cover all the bases, and sometimes we were able to help you deal with that by ourselves, and sometimes we might refer you to other agencies outside of school, or other ways of helping, or finding other ways of getting help within school. And generally we see people once a week for 1 week, 6 weeks, 2 years, up to you really. And really it is up to you. It is a voluntary service. We're not mandatory, but we are just here as an extra layer of support in case anything is going a bit wrong, and to help you access your learning and have a great time at sixth form. So we just wanted to take this opportunity to introduce ourselves to you and welcome you to Redcliffe. These are our faces. And we're really very kind and really very nice. So if you need anything, yeah, like Helen said, just drop us a line, find our email address. Actually, all the information about support structures is on the website, and you can find that, and we're listed in there, so you can find our names and our email addresses and things. So if you need to get in touch, please do that. But we're looking forward to meeting you, right, Helen?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll meet you all in September, fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully, whether that's on here or in real life. Who knew that IRL was going to become the most used abbreviation in any text message in real life all the time? Okay, great. Nice to meet you all, and see you in September. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Josie Murphy, the Enrichment Coordinator at SMRT Sixth Form. As a sixth form, we're really committed to providing enrichment opportunities to all of our students, and we do this in many different ways. We're really proud of our range of student-led clubs and societies, and we suggest that all new students try and get involved with at least one club or society during their time here. Our clubs and societies range from anything from football to politics to feminism, and they're a really good opportunity to meet new people and discuss issues that you find interesting. We also really encourage our students to get involved with volunteering and work experience opportunities in the local area, and we do our best to share any opportunities that we have in the local area with you guys, whether that be during assemblies, during form time, or also on our Instagram page. So I'd really suggest you following our Instagram page, Redcliffe Sixth Form, just to keep up to date with any opportunities that we have. We also have a great group of senior students who are going to help you as much as they can with your transition from main school or from a different school to Redcliffe Sixth Form. So keep an eye out for them when you come join us in September. My role at Sixth Form is mainly, as I've said, coordinating these enrichment opportunities, so I can help you organise any volunteering or work experience that you're interested in. My other role in Sixth Form is if any of your teachers are not in for the day, I will be coming to your classes to set the work and take register. So you'll see me quite a lot around Sixth Form anyway. But yeah, we're really looking forward to meeting you in September.
So we're back in the reception, and I'm just going to take you along the corridor to introduce you to some of the important places and show you the route to the common room. So over here we have the Learning Mentor office. The Learning Mentors are here for one-to-one support, and you met them earlier on the video. As you can see at the very end of this corridor, is the library. The library is a really important place for working in your free periods. There are computers and desk spaces there. Okay. As you can see, the corridors are quite narrow, so we have to be really wary of social distancing. This will mean keeping an appropriate distance and not standing around in the corridors, and entering classrooms ready for your lessons to begin. So this door here takes us to the common room. I'm just going to go up and I'll see you in there. This is the common room. This is the social space of the building. It's where you'll spend your break and lunch times. There is obviously lots of seating area and plenty of space. We also have an excellent food service, which is just behind me. The lovely ladies there create amazing lunches and cakes, and the hash browns come highly recommended. This is also the space where we'll have assemblies, which happen on a Thursday morning at 8:30. Hopefully the assemblies will be us all together, usually led by me or Mr. Wheeler. However, if that's not possible, we will find an alternative way of doing that. So over the lockdown period, we've been sending out virtual assemblies through video links, but hopefully we will all be able to be here together. In the common room as well, we're also going to be installing some hand washing facilities, so that you can maintain good hygiene practices and wash your hands regularly throughout the day. At Redcliffe, one of our priorities is creating a strong sense of community. And obviously with social distancing, we foresee that there may be some challenges in creating that kind of community and togetherness. So we've actually tasked our senior students with coming up with ideas of how we can build that sense of community whilst keeping you safe. So I'm going to pass to those now, and they're going to tell you some of their ideas for the future. And there are a couple of former senior students who will tell you about their experiences as well.
Hi, Tegan here, ex-Redcliffe student. I'm just here to talk about life at Redcliffe and why it's one of the best places to go. So congrats on choosing Redcliffe, it's great. One of the best things about Redcliffe is the community feel. I found it's quite a shock to the system, moving from a smaller school like I did to a larger environment where you've got about 600 faces to meet, and you have to juggle that with a sudden influx of work. I mean, quite overwhelming. But this is just to reassure you that everyone's in the same boat, everyone's very loving, very supportive, and we're a close-knit community at Redcliffe. So you'll find you'll settle in no time. I certainly did. Another question, before I started, I mainly felt very, very excited. I felt like I didn't have anything to worry about. I was going to have a great time, and you will as well, so start getting excited for September. And then some words of advice, really. So don't be fooled by all the sudden gaps in your timetable. You can, I guess, a bit of trickery. You can look at them and think, wow, I've got lots of time to spare, lots of time on my hands to do my work. Like, it's a bit of a breeze, really. But I think you'll soon find in a couple of weeks into the year that they're a gift and you should utilise them. Maybe for wider reading for your courses, or maybe to just catch up on some work, but start using that time and form good work habits, really. And then in terms of support, I always felt very, very well supported at Redcliffe, especially when it came to progression opportunities and like UCAS applications for university. I always felt that was great. And again, the support is great. Never be afraid to ask questions. I mean, you go to Mr. Wheeler, Miss Rigby, your tutor, progression coordinator, pastoral support, or even the receptionist, because everyone at Redcliffe is just so welcoming and loving, and you'll find very soon that it's a great place and great choice. So good luck for September.
Hi, Year 12s. My name is Kwaku, one of your senior students, if not the best senior student. I'm joking, but yeah, I would just like to, invite you to this, Redcliffe and the new environment you're coming into. And it's really going to be a good year next year. Although we've had this whole corona, I really want you guys to know that Redcliffe is a great place of positivity. It's a place where you can really grow in your learning. The teachers are helpful. It's a great environment for activism as well. For example, last year we held in October, Black History Month, we held a little event, in room 42, where we just, kind of celebrated Black culture, all that type of stuff. And it's just a great place, not only for that, but for the ability to raise money for charities such as within Rag Week. In Rag Week, it's such an amazing week. You have events in the common every day, you know, people socializing, being competitive. I remember last week, my tutor, we had like a little FIFA tournament, and it was such a great environment, you know, the lads just playing FIFA together, talking. You had Finley, another senior student, and Mark cutting their hair in the common room, and it was just all fun and a great way to raise money for the charities that we had chosen. And this year, because you know me, I'm a really positive person, so I want to really spread that positivity throughout the whole sixth form, you know, spread that compassion, you know, spread the love throughout the whole sixth form, and just really give you guys a really good year. So yeah.
Hi Year 12s, my name is Diamond, and I will be talking to you about the support network available at St Mary Redcliffe. This is going to be such an integral part of your journey, and this is going to benefit every aspect and be a huge factor in determining your success. So utilize everything I'm literally about to mention. Number one, there's 3 people who are there specifically for supporting your mental health. So there's Josie, the pastoral and enrichment worker, and then there's the learning mentors, Helen and Emma. So you could go to them regarding anything: academia, home life, school life, your friends, your family, your well-being, your mental health, literally anything. They will be there to support you, and more importantly, they will put you in a position where you can support yourself. And as an A-level student, that's really where you need to be. You need to be able to really get your mental health in check as soon as possible before your academic work can follow. But if you don't worry about it. That's what they're there for. There's also just your tutors and your subject teachers. Your subject teachers are more for academic support and help, but they will be there to help you through it. And your tutors are literally there to ease the burden of A-levels a little bit. It could be through academic help, mental help, well-being help, anything. Your tutor, utilize your tutor. Your tutor will be a really big part in stabilizing yourself with this A-levels. Literally anyone, your head of year, senior students, go to anyone, because everyone is willing to offer support.
Hi, my name's Finn. I'm one of the senior students here at Redcliffe Sixth Form, and here are my top tips from transitioning from GCSE to A-level. Number 1, make sure you're really confident in all of the GCSE content. Make sure you know it all really well, so you're ready to start in September and you're ready to start your A-levels. They're not going to recap over your GCSE content at the start, so make sure you've got all of the foundations put in place. Number 2, speak to as many new people as possible at the start. You're going to have a great opportunity to speak to loads of people you don't know, so try and speak to as many people as possible. Number 3, make sure you say yes to as many opportunities as you possibly can. You're going to be given so many opportunities, and you're going to have a lot more time to do them than you are throughout the rest of Year 12. So make sure you say yes to as many as you can and get involved and try loads of new things. Also, if you're finding that you're struggling at the start of the year, it's not going as you planned, and you need a bit of extra support, always ask for help. Your learning mentors, your tutors, and all your teachers will be so happy to help you out. All you need to do is ask. And if you find that you want to speak to one of us, all of the senior students are going to be so happy to speak to any of you. I'd be well up for having a chat with all of you, so come and say hi. Look forward to seeing you all in September. Have a great summer. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Esme. I'll be one of the senior students next year, and I just wanted to welcome you for joining in September. Obviously, everything's a bit up in the air at the moment, and you're not having your induction day. So you're hopefully feeling very excited, but you're probably also feeling quite nervous, and that is completely normal. Everyone is feeling it probably, and I remember feeling so nervous. And it was especially daunting because I came by myself, so I didn't know anyone, but since then I've met loads of amazing people, and I'm sure you will too. I'd just like to reassure you about the support that's available for you. So for example, we have transition mentors that are Year 13 students that can just help you with that process of moving up to sixth form, and you'll find out a lot more about the other support that's available to you. In terms of meeting new people, my advice would be to make the most of the first few weeks, because obviously at the start most people don't know each other. Everyone wants to make new friends, everyone wants to make a good first impression, So this is the main time where everyone's making a real effort to talk to new people, and it's a great opportunity to branch out before everything settles down a bit more. So make sure you try and step out your comfort zone as much as possible and just start those conversations with people you don't know in this time. And the last thing I would say is, if you're the sort of person that's really nervous right now, you're probably focusing on everything that could go wrong instead of the things that could go right. And you have no reason to think that anything's going to go wrong. So it's just not a helpful thought at all. And I did it too. I remember thinking, oh God, I'm not going to make any friends. No one's going to like me. And obviously it wasn't true. Obviously I made friends. So it's just not helpful. It just made me way more scared about joining. So if you can, it's quite hard to do, but if you can, try and focus on the positives and the opportunity that could lie ahead for you. So yeah, we look forward to meeting you all. You can always come and talk to me and say hi if you see me around. I'm sure you'll have a great time at Redcliffe, but make sure you enjoy your time off now. Bye!
So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. I'm really looking forward to the next 2 years and getting to know you. I look forward to meeting you. Have a lovely summer.
So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you feel better informed about what's going to be ahead of you in September. So just to recap on a few of the important safety points. Please don't come into school if you're feeling at all unwell. Please make sure that you follow the guidance for washing your hands before you enter the building. And please make sure you try and keep a sensible distance away from other people. We are so looking forward to seeing you in September, and we hope you have a great summer.